miss you so much. And maybe if you open yourself up to it, there's a possibility.
I don't think so, Quinn.
Quill.
I don't think so.
Well, what I'm trying to say is...
Peter, you know this is an open line, right?
What?
We're listening to everything you're saying.
And it is painful.
And you're just telling me now?
We were hoping it would stop on its own.
But I switched it over to private.
What color button did you push?
Blue, for the blue suit.
Oh, no.
Blue was the open line for everyone.
Orange is for blue.
What?
Black is for orange. Yellow is for green. Green is for red. And red is for yellow.
No, yellow is for yellow. Green is for red, red is for green.
I don't think so.
Try it then.
You were right.
Hey, pals, welcome back to the show. I'm Mark.
I'm Frank.
And I'm Rob.
All right. In this episode, we're going to be covering the movie that's out in the theaters, the movie that apparently has been number one for quite some time now since it came out about 2 weeks ago, or was it 3 weeks almost at this point?
I think it's like 3, yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Volume 3 from 2023. So we are going to be covering this. It's going to be a spoiler-full podcast, so keep that in mind, listeners. So if you haven't seen the movie, stop this now. Go back. Go out to the theater. Take your kids. Take your dog.
Watch
Who
it.
cares? Watch it. Right now, this time of the year, drive-ins are open. Go to the drive-in.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
So, yeah. But we're covering that. So, like I said, it's all spoilers. So, spoiler alert, like Rob said. So, with that, the synopsis for this particular title, if you have been sleeping in the gutter for a long time and don't really pay attention to the news or like these kind of movies, still reeling from the loss of Gamora, Peter Quill rallies his team to defend the universe and one of their own. A mission that could mean the end of the Guardians if not successful. So, straight to the point, very simple, nothing giving away within that particular synopsis. So, so far, it is one of the top ranking movies that are out there. It held the number one spot since it came out when, what was it, May 3rd or 4th?
It was released on May 5th.
May 5th. Okay.
Yeah.
So, right now we're recording on May 23rd. So it's been out for quite some time and has made lots of money. In comparison to what we covered last time, which was Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which really didn't make that much money.
Hey, but that was still a good movie.
It was
so far-
entertaining. It was entertaining.
So far, this movie has made $664.1 million.
Domestically, probably.
Yeah.
So once they go into overseas numbers, that's going to be a completely different thing altogether. So I see this as being a win for Marvel and a huge win for James Gunn, even though this is his last movie with Marvel now that he's head content moderator for DC. But I'm sure that, Kevin Feige will let him play in his world too at some point,
Right.
because there's been speculations, rumors going around. I don't know. You've heard it on the internets, what they call that stuff on the World Wide Webisode. That there's possibly a Marvel DC movie that's going to be coming together.
Right.
They want to do a versus movie.
I doubt that's going to happen.
I doubt it myself, but we can
say we doubt it, right? But there have been comics with crossovers.
Correct.
Yeah, but that's
basically
comics.
like Teen Titans versus X-Men.
Right, that's comics, but you got to remember Disney's very protective about their property.
Yes,
and the fact that they collaborated with Sony for Spider-Man, that's a different story because Spider-Man is still part of the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
But to try to collaborate with a studio for a whole different universe, I I can't see that. I mean, these are two studios that right now they don't have their shit together. So
Well, yeah, it has a momentum that's been building for over close to 15 years now,
Right.
almost 15 years, with the inception of making Iron Man. Now, mind you, they've had other movies just before, like DC has, but in other iterations. But DC right now is flip-flopping with their popularity with whatever they got coming out, and the only
They're
thing
very uneven as far as the quality of the movies.
the quality of the movies have been subpar. They had like maybe 2 or 3 movies that were like great, and then the others just fell on the wayside. But they also had their anime, which works great for them too. So if you look at their animation, everybody loves those movies. I love those movies.
That is the thing that makes no sense whatsoever, because how can you get it right so many times in animated movies, but yet get it so wrong every other time?
Well, you got to remember that. So for an animation studio, they're not really going through that many, I would say, executives for that. Plus, every movie they come out with sometimes has nothing to do with the last one.
Mm-hmm.
So the DCU is all about world building, which while Zack Snyder, I mean, I liked Man of Steel, but of course, his next movie, Batman versus Superman, that leaves a lot of people, yeah, exactly. But I like the Snyder cut of Justice League. So the thing is that he was trying to do that world building. The problem was they didn't have somebody that can say, hey, this is where it's all going. And one, and two, I would say they were trying to catch up to Marvel when they should have just done their own thing and said, listen, Marvel's so ahead of us. Let us just do our thing at our own pace. Let them have their spotlight, and then we'll have ours, and it's great. But they didn't do that. They were trying to rush everything. They let all the directors do whatever the hell they wanted. And this is why, the whole thing went to shit. So
now, hopefully, with James Gunn running it, they'll be able to get it on track.
Yep, hopefully they will. Yeah,
listen,
I
love what he's done. I love what he's done for Guardians of the Galaxy. My problem with the DC part of it is that he said that he was going to do an entire reboot of everything.
Yeah,
but then he backpedaled and said, well, no. Suicide Squad is still going to be here. And then he said, oh, wait. The how you call it? The Flash is still going to be here. So it's like now he started nitpicking all the, choosing all the little stuff that he wanted to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And the one who really got screwed, which is the main character of all of fucking DC, it's Superman, which is Henry Cavill, which a lot of people, a lot of people are pissed. I was pissed because honestly, look, I grew up with Christopher Reeve, but honestly, I like Henry Cavill's version of Superman much better. So for me, I think he was the best Superman. And, they just, I don't know what he did to whoever in Warner Brothers that they kept screwing him. I mean, it was just one thing after the other. And it was like, dude, what did you do? So
that's an entirely different podcast at this point.
Yeah, I would love to one day run into him and I go, look, dude, secretly. I won't say anything. What did you do? I want to find out.
Here, I'll give you this video card for your computer because we know you're a gamer and you're a geek. So just tell us what you got. All right.
Listen, I can no longer do that. So
I know. But yeah, to say the least, James Gunn's there. You got somebody who's going to be trying to work this out. Marvel, it's a possibility, but it's a lot of money. It's all legal. So we won't know until the future. But like I said, it's all rumorville. So we got to take that with a grain of salt. But the fact is that he left us with, I think, rounding out his trilogy of movies, if you think about it. Between Guardians 1, 2, and 3, they're all, I have no problems with them. This one, I prefer this one over the second one. So it's 1, 3, and 2 for me in my lineup and movies. That's how much I love them.
Right. I'll be very honest with you. Yeah, I think 3 for me would be the last one.
Okay.
Out of 1 and 2, I think they're equal to. I mean, no, actually, you know what? One actually had I would say, the distinction of being so unique,
Mm,
Yeah.
where
first
it's like,
time. Yeah,
yeah, it was first time, and it was like, who the fuck are these characters? I mean, honestly,
exactly.
I'm like, I heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy, but who out there? What the hell is Kevin Feige thinking of bringing these unknowns? And you know what? It worked.
Well, it worked
freaking
for the
worked.
sense that these were characters that was in the Marvel IP that they had access to and easy access to,
Right.
and they didn't have to deal with another company. Like Hulk is still stuck with Universal,
Right.
and there are other characters in other from that were bought out.
Spider-Man and yeah.
Spider-Man as well, so they couldn't go with the main heavy hitters. So since they want to go into space, what's the next best thing? Get the Guardians
Right.
out. So
Yeah.
and he
Well,
worked it
yeah,
out.
it was one of those things that those characters. No, but I'm just saying, like, those characters would just kind of add a they were what we call, like, probably tertiary characters,
Yeah.
which is like, if you're into comic books, sure, you know about the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But to make a major movie out of it and then become one of those movies that was so successful that it's on, it's probably on top of everybody's list of favorite Marvel movies. That's what actually shocked me. And you know what? I'm one of those people.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to move right into our overall thoughts of the movie, just in general. So, and then we'll move into our favorite moments within the movie that we liked. So,
Sure.
Frank, what's your overall thought of this movie in general?
My overall thought is it's fantastic. I
Okay.
mean, I was sitting there and I actually went in with kind of lower expectations because, you're like, it's the third one. Are we going to be able to get lightning in a bottle a third time?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think we could. And I really was like, oh man, somebody's going to die. So they're going to kill off some character like right at the beginning probably and be like, that's it for that one. But no, man, they made a very entertaining story that kept you engaged, and it was really great. I enjoyed it from start to finish. I loved everything they did, and they didn't really kill anybody. So
Just a lot of aliens.
Rocket's dead for like a couple of minutes. Again, we put the spoilers out there, so don't feel bad when we say that.
Spoiler full people. Rob?
I hated this movie. No, I'm just kidding.
You watched it like 4 times, bro.
I watched it 4 times, and like we were talking now before the podcast, every time I watched it, I started liking it more and more and more. I like the development of the characters. I like where they, how far they've come.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. I mean, the one thing I didn't like was the Warlock, Adam Warlock. I don't think he was portrayed very well on that. And I think that was the one weak part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I think everybody else's character was great, especially for me. Like I was telling you guys, I thought Nebula was my favorite character out of this movie because you got to see her evolve from the freaking psychopath that she was and how she wanted to kill everything and wanted to, just wanted to, like, she didn't want to get along with anybody and stuff like that till the very end where this was her family, which is what I think she was longing for so much. And again, spoilers, when you see her crying when she hears Rocket's voice,
right?
And then you see her at the very end when she's dancing and she's laughing, which is something you never see her do. That to me was really, really cool. Also, same thing with Rocket. I thought Rocket was also awesome. Rocket was just this character that, while he's a cool CG character, he was just an asshole and everybody just really didn't like him, but he was part of the group. And at the end, in this movie, you just saw how everybody was just trying to really make sure that, they could save his life and things like that. But I would say, this movie really, really, I think it did very well for, at first I was like, well, where's this going? But then, you know what? After you watch it a couple of times, you're like, damn, this is a really, really good movie. I loved it.
Yeah. I have to agree. I just really loved this movie and enjoyed it. When I first sat there in the theater and I was watching, I was like you, both of you, I was a little bit skeptical. It's like Frank said,
Right.
how could they make lightning in a bottle? I was expecting to cry my eyes out, have tears come out of sorrow, because for a long time I thought, and usually the speculation is that for every movie they had a death. Groot died, Yandu died, and then each of those title logo letters in each of those movies had the color of the person who died. And this one, they kind of hinted at it with the whole gold and brown that was
Right.
there for, instead of straight brown like it was in the first one, so you knew it was Rocket. Well, obviously he did die for a moment, but he didn't. He came back and
Right.
and created. I guess he died and was reborn. But but the thing that we get out of this, and I always love it because it's what James Gunn gives us out of these movies every time we see it. They are filled with heart. You get a family that is dysfunctional, but
Right.
still come together for each other, and it just reminds me of a lot of friends, family, everything else that we all know. You could relate to it in some way, but they always just come together, even at the best or worst at times. Part of it that I love, that I just love the soundtrack itself. You know,
Yeah.
James Gunn is granted, for every movie he's put out from this series, each album became a legacy into its own, and I just want to pick that man's brain to see, hey, how did you come up with this song? Now, the coolest part was this went from, like, you got 80s, 90s, and 2000s
Right.
songs in this mix at this
Right.
point, and some off-world weird song.
Well,
too.
from what I read is that this is just random music that he has on his own playlist and that he likes, and that's why he
I wouldn't
picked
be
them.
surprised.
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah,
So,
he picked them. The only thing is, I've heard some people say, there were some people that criticized some of the music. So a good example, like the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
That comes out. There were people going, you do realize that the Beastie Boys has a huge library of music. Why is it that every single movie out there is always picking the damn same song?
no
So,
Sleep Till
yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, exactly. So
Because
they were
it's
like,
awesome.
well, yeah, but if a movie already did it like 2 or 3 times, why pick it again? You understand?
Yeah,
It's just
it's
like,
Oh,
like
I
we
would have
st-
loved to have. Don't get me wrong. I would have loved to have had Intergalactic show up in there, and that would have been like a lot
Yeah.
more fitting.
right. That's what I'm saying. So that's the one thing that was their complaint. Their complaint was just like, hey, their Beastie Boys has such a huge library. You could have picked probably anything else that would have fit.
Mhm.
But who knows? I mean, that's something that only James Gunn knows why. But something you mentioned, Mark, the deaths that never came around because the marketing was genius. They really
Oh,
made
yeah.
it seem
They
like
were
somebody
pulling
was
that
going.
tear.
Yeah,
They were
that
Yes.
somebody
grabbing
was
us.
gonna die, and
Yeah.
if you went on the internet and you looked at everybody that was trying to, review these
Decipher
movies,
who's gonna
before,
die. Was it Quill?
who's gonna
Was it
die? Is it going to
Rocket?
be right? It's going to be Drax because, of course, Batista said he'll never come back to the Guardians.
Yeah.
And all these things, but I don't know if you noticed, like throughout the entire movie, there were scenes where you're like, "Oh,
This is what
this
happens.
is when so and so dies." So when Drax gets shot in the front of his chest and the back of his chest, you're like,
Right.
"Oh, is this it?"
Yeah.
Then there's a part with Nebula also getting shot and she's bleeding from her mouth, and you're like, "Oh, damn! Wait a minute, Nebula's going out." So they just had all these, that you had Peter Quill. Yeah. I mean, you had everybody who had almost like a death scene, and in the end, it never came around.
Yeah.
Which is,
I
think,
thought for sure that it was going to be Mantis because in the holiday special, they find out that they're brother and sister, and I was
Yeah.
like, the face that Quill makes when he's in the trailer, I was like, oh, that's Mantis dying. That's right there.
either Mantis, it could have been Gamora because a lot of people thought
Right.
also Gamora. I mean,
Yep.
just that one shot made it seem like anything could have happened.
Kraglin.
There. I doubt Kraglin they were gonna feel that way, but who knows? But yeah, it was just kind of like it was a death that never came around, and I feel like James Gunn probably sat there and giggled his ass
Giggled
off.
his ass off. You're right.
He's there at the keyboard, just giggling his way as he's writing
Yeah,
it.
giggling, going, if you guys only knew, none of them are gonna die.
I could get them with this. But yeah,
I'm sure he edited that trailer.
Oh, I'm sure he did too.
Oh, I'm sure.
But yeah, it's like to continue on about the music though. I was sitting in there. Now, mind you, I'm a kid born in the early 70s, like you guys. So I grew up on like metal and stuff like that. And I was born in 72, but I got into Faith No More at a young age when they first came out. And they put something that I always wanted to hear in a movie, and we got We Care a Lot by Faith No More with Chuck Mosley singing, and who went off to, he was only in the band for 2 albums, but he went off to go sing with Bad Brains. But I was sitting there and I feel bad for the people next to me because I knew the lyrics, and they're like, what is this song? How do you know this lyric?
Yeah.
Okay. You've been hiding in a bottle. But I just loved it for the fact the way the music brought me to it. And to touch on what you said, Rob, with how the growing of certain characters, you drew yourself more towards Nebula. I drew more towards Mantis. And Mantis has grown a lot into her own person and personality, love and acceptance. She doesn't feel like she's being bullied by Drax anymore. She's bullying Drax.
Yeah.
Like,
she definitely shouts
him
a lot now.
He goes, you had to do that.
She wants to, she wants to be heard. She basically is like, I've been under, the thumb of other people for the longest time, right?
Yeah, she was under Ego's control for so long, being hushed up. Hello, so loud. She's like the little mousy woman from Police Academy that it's like, come on, speak it. And then she just comes out, get away from me, you turkeys. It's like one of those.
No, I like her character a lot because, like you were saying, it's just she went from being the mousy little shy one to being a lot more assertive, but still a lot more caring.
Yes.
Towards, like, especially towards Drax. I really like the fact that I like the way she defended Drax.
For being stupid. There was that one
being
scene.
Stupid. She made him forget because you could see that it's like, yo,
it really hurt his feelings.
Right. It hurt his feelings, but it's like she was saying, he's the only one that doesn't hate himself. And you sit there and you go,
it's true.
You know what? You're right. He's just kind of like this freak carrying guy that just does it. He does stupid things, but
that is my favorite part. When he turns around and he knows the language, and they're like, how do you know the language? He was like, how come you never asked?
He figured it out. It's very simplistic. It's like speaking Groot.
Right.
If you think about it, it was like speaking Groot because they had the same words over and over again. He kind of figured it out and was like, oh, okay, I can relate.
Speaking about Groot, how awesome was it that at the end of the movie, he says, I love you guys.
Yes.
Right. But if you notice, none of the characters bat an eye when he said that.
Yes.
And it was more of James Gunn finally letting the audience hear what they've been hearing all along.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, now the audience is part of the family. And so now you get to hear how Groot really sounds compared to just I am Groot. Because like Gamora was basically the odd man out. In this one. And she was always saying, how the hell you guys are just
making this up, right?
Yeah, you guys are making this up every time he says I'm Groot. But then at the end, she understood him. And then at the very end, we all understood him. And I thought that was a really cool touch to that whole moment where it's like, oh, now we're part of this whole family, which is really cool.
Which was a take back from the first Guardians movie when he says, we are Groot.
Right.
Meaning that we are family. The cool thing about when you talked about Gamora and him not understanding him, was another callback to Quill in the first movie, where he goes, "Can somebody tell Giving Tree I already know his name?" Because that's all he understood. He didn't understand Groot by then.
Right.
By the second movie, he started understanding, and then by all the other MCU films, everybody learned his language and knew how to talk to Groot or
Correct.
understand him. So it's like it was a turn of events. It was her starting over from where Quill was, and then she finds her family with the Ravagers.
Right.
So I think that's pretty cool because it's kind of them starting over, which honestly, with all these actors leaving, they could come back at any time if they wanted to jump into that pond.
They
that
left it open for that.
Yeah, they left it open. I don't see any of them saying, "No, I'm not coming back for that." Well,
I don't know, man, but Dave Bautista
Avatar
seems
4
like
is coming out. Do you want to do that or do you want to do this?
Dave Bautista really looked like he was just like, yeah, listen, I'm done with this. I'm gonna follow him to the DC universe now.
Well,
Which a lot of the
gonna
characters,
happen.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Well, he also had his wife in the movie along with his brother, so
Right.
But he likes that's all right. We'll go into our favorite moments, but that's part of my favorite moment. And it's no matter what movie you get from James Gunn, you're going to see the same people in those particular films. So we get Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion's been in all 3 Guardians films. That is what's so funny. You got his wife, Jennifer Holland, and she plays Administrator Qual.
Right.
And then she was also Amelia Harcourt in Peacemaker for Peacemaker alumni. And then Chukwudi Iwuji, who plays the High Evolutionary, if that's how you say his name. I'm sorry if I'm destroying his name.
He was also in Peacemaker.
Yeah, he was also in Peacemaker as Clemson Mern. We also get Eagly.
Eagly was in there, yeah.
He was in it. He was actually in the Guardians. They actually used that same CG. And James actually stated that in Twitter because somebody said
he confirmed it.
He confirmed it that the CG recreation of the series, he had it in there for a reason, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
You got
so boom, already DC Marvel crossover. See?
Yeah, you do. But
I should have known. I should have made more friends in the film industry. I just didn't. I should have known somebody that was like, so it's like, hey Rob, you want to be in this movie? I'd be like, hell yeah. I'd be like, I'm gonna take some vacation time out of my current job to go be in a movie and then come back.
Or be related to somebody like Sean Gunn, who's James Gunn's brother. Oh my
God, right?
He plays the physical version of Rocket. He does all the mocap stuff, for the CG. He actually did the voice of Little Rocket as well.
Correct.
And then we also have a Marvel alumni actually doing Lila's voice, and that's Linda Cardellini, who played Hawkeye's wife.
Yes.
In like all the other movies that we have, and obviously in Hawkeye TV series.
Hawkeye series, yeah.
Yeah, so, and we got Tara Strong in there, who we all know, but that's another Marvel alumnus because she is in Loki as Miss Minutes.
Correct.
For voiceover work.
I mean, Tara Strong is like a legend in the voiceover acting world. I mean,
yes.
Yeah. So,
but it's pretty cool that, you have people, because Gunn always just think about Yondu himself.
Yeah.
Rooker has been in almost every James Gunn movie that's been out there for the fun of it. Between Slither, Brightburn, at the very end of Brightburn, he comes out too, which is DC based if you think about it. Super evil Superman or Super Kid. Yeah. And then you have all the Guardians movies, actually 2 Guardians movies. Guardians, well, we talked about him on the holiday special. He was there for the cartoon version of it, kind of being like a Star Wars holiday special edition, but came out far better.
I like the fact that he did that on purpose. He definitely wanted to make it seem like that type of like that Star Wars thing. So,
but yeah, I think what he does, what James Gunn is able to do, is put his hands on it and make it his own.
Yep.
Correct.
So, one other thing to make it his own. All right, we didn't get a chance to do Suicide Squad and cover that, but do you remember what was the running joke in that movie that nobody really talked about with the starfish and them coming on the faces?
I don't recall, but go ahead. I mean, the only thing,
the starfish and the mouths that were on them looked like vaginas.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, it was an
Did not-
ongoing thing, and a lot of people were talking about that. So this is where I lead into my first point, my other point, and then I'll let you guys talk about your other points. The Agorascope planet or ship or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
It's made of living matter. Well, it looked like a male scrotum to me that wasn't shaved properly or groomed.
Okay, so you know what? You and I talked about that, and I've seen this movie already 4 times. I don't know where you seen the scrotum part. Maybe you got scrotum in your brain.
Just so that you know, if it's yours and it looks like that, you need to see a doctor.
Exactly. Yes. But do you see some of the hair when they were on the outside trying to dig in?
Yeah, it was
Dude,
nasty.
That could just be like your facial hair or something. I don't know. Like again, I don't know where you saw scrotum, but go.
I don't know.
You do you, man. You do you. Can we take a moment and give it up to James Gunn for making us care tremendously?
Yeah.
For a shitload of CG characters.
Oh yeah,
great CG characters.
Rocket. You had Rocket. You had Lila. I mean, his friends Lila and the other two. I mean, you cared so much about them. You care about their deaths. You also cared about when that one beautiful scene where Rocket sees all the little raccoons and he's trying to rescue them.
Yeah,
and it's just a very touching moment that he's just trying to then, and it's just everything is fucking CG, and you're like, how the hell do I have a tear in my eye for a freaking fake character?
He gave us Watership Down.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you our age, people of our age,
we know Watership
Down. Yeah, you guys would know what I'm talking about. But Watership Down, when that came out on TV, based upon the original book, you cared for those rabbits.
Oh yeah,
and you cried as a kid when you watched that. When
exactly. Even when I watch it now, I still cry.
But yeah, no, that was the one thing I took out of this. Like, how the fuck did he make you care for these characters so much? And you're like, holy shit. I mean, good for him, man.
Yeah. Frank, you got anything that you wanted to bring up that you liked?
I already said that, like, my favorite one was where they, underestimate Batiste, Drax. Mm-hmm. But I also like when you said about the raccoons. I love the part where he finally looks over and he sees the little placard that says raccoon. Right. And he realizes, holy crap, everybody's been calling me a raccoon. I've been saying I'm not. I am.
Yeah.
Right.
And he just embraces it and takes the full name of Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, that was actually awesome. A really cool scene when he says, I'm Rocket Raccoon. And I was like, finally, he says, his comic book name, which is really cool.
Exactly.
So,
and to talk about the CG that you were talking about before, Rob, think about it. When we got Michael Rosenbaum, the CG on his face was amazing for the character that he had.
I had no freaking clue that was him.
Really?
None. I could tell. With the the diamonds.
It looked like diamond face.
I actually recognized him.
Did you really? I didn't recognize him until I saw him in the premiere, and I'm like, why is he in the premiere?
I was like, that's my.
He was actually in the second movie, but the thing is that the CG it was only for a quick scene with Stallone at the very end with all the rest of them,
right?
And that was it.
Yeah, no, I was just like, why is he there? And then all of a sudden, then I saw something with an interview with him, or very briefly, and I was like, oh, he's in it. And then when I saw it, I was like, okay, now I recognize him
because he's friends with James Gunn. That's the reason.
Right.
Same thing with Stallone and a lot of the other people that were there.
Dude, again, I should have made friends with somebody, man. Hollywood. Are you doing favorite scenes now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a quick scene that I like. The scene where Quill is trying to tell Gamora that there might be a chance and everybody's actually listening through the intercom. And it's like,
yes.
I thought blue was blue. I was like, no, blue is for everybody. And then and it's like they're saying all these different, and I'm like, I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Mantis confuses everybody. Green is for yellow. Red is for.
It was so funny because I was like,
sense.
Yeah, it is right. I was like right there with Peter Quill. I was like, dude, I'm right with you, man. I don't understand none of this shit.
But that was also a cool comedy gimmick out of that.
Right.
That I just
absolutely.
enjoyed. I just love the fact that we get it's like these key moments, just like when they finally get into the Orgoroscope and you got Mantis and Drax walking in and then they get stopped at the booth and she goes, "You love him.
You're in love with him." And you can see the look on Drax's face,
like you,
like every time,
all the time she does this. But that was actually pretty cool. I like the was it Furlon? What's his name?
Who?
Who?
I guess Furlon. What's his? Gosh, not Edward Furlon. What am I thinking about?
I'm literally sitting here going, Edward
I'm
Furlong?
trying to figure it
out.
No,
what's his name? From Firefly.
Oh, Nathan Fillion.
Oh, Fillion.
Nathan Fillion.
Jesus
Fillion.
Christ, you're off.
Yeah, I was so off. I'm sorry. You could cut that out.
No, I'll leave it in.
No, we're leaving that in.
I did that to myself a bunch of times.
But I like his casual way. I mean, first of all, the suits that they were wearing was just so stupid.
Yes.
But I like the casual thing, and then that part where he says, "What is it?" It's like, "Oh, you know that like."
How he explains about Drax, he goes, "Oh,
everybody has a stupid friend or something like that."
I got one of those too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just
and I like cool. This is him, and he points him out to him.
Oh man!
But
go ahead.
No, the gimmicks like you have like with Nebula and Mantis when they're sitting at the table on that. What was it called? New Earth. Was it called?
Yeah, New Earth. Yeah,
they're sitting there at the table, and she gets, "Oh, I'm loving this." And she's drinking the liquid that they give him, but she gets like Mantis is trying to explain it, and she's yelling at Drax for like laying on the couch, going like, "Stop being, he's being, he's like, oh, you try to explain that they're going to help their friend who's dying. He's like, oh, your death thing goes, your stupid thing is,
it's the same.
You're confusing.
They both look the same. Yeah, no, exactly. I like the. Hey, this is the first movie that we have an F-bomb.
Yes, a PG-13 film in MCU that actually had an F-bomb.
For the MCU, yeah, and it was that part of the when they're trying to open the door, which I just thought it was so cool. Nebula trying to open the door, and he's trying to tell her, how to open a very old car, which I thought it was cool. But yeah, I like that part.
Which was pretty cool too, because if you think of it, that planet was based in the late 70s, early 80s at that point, with all the style of cars and houses that they had. It was just so dated for its time. I guess
and it looked
High Evolutionary loved it back then. But then again, that's what at the time he probably came out in comics, so that was a reference to him by somebody at Marvel going, make it this decade.
Yeah, I mean those were pretty cool scenes.
Another cool one that they had, and this actually goes to the cinematography, the CG, and the slow motion Matrix style capture of like the hallway scene and standoff towards the end of the movie.
Oh my god. Probably one of the best
360,
scenes.
You could lose popcorn in the middle of the movie as you're watching this thing going, if it was all around you,
That was an awesome scene. And I like the way they showcased every character had their own little moment.
Correct.
To shine on that. I thought it was fantastic on that. That was a excellent scene.
Yeah.
The one thing that and it's basically what we've been saying from the beginning. It's the heart that James Gunn injects into these movies. Even scenes like that where it's an action scene, but that's getting everybody their spot in the action scene.
Correct.
Adds to that heart. So
yeah, no, that was phenomenal. And there were like some really key moments. I could recall 2 key moments when they were showing the characters. One of them is Rocket when he jumps in the air and he's firing. If you were to freeze that, that was just such a comic book pose.
Yes.
That he did. And then Peter Quill, when he was on the floor and then firing up behind the other, like the bad guy, that was another moment that just seemed really like there was some really, if you go through the movie, there's some shots that if you freeze, you're like, that just looks like a comic book, which is really cool. And that's one thing that Marvel has done pretty well in a lot of things. There's some movies that don't do it that well, but you know, it's those little moments where you could freeze and you go, boom, that could be the cover of a comic book.
Right.
Very true. Anything else that you guys liked? I could tell you one thing I didn't like, and it's me agreeing with Rob about Adam Warlock. It's just not the character that we wanted, that we all knew from the comic itself.
Exactly, right.
Because he was supposed to be part of like the Avengers and stuff like that later on in certain comics. And he was such a big, huge thing. My brother was he had the Warlock series comics at one point. Right. He had a whole collection. Now, mind you, did he keep his comics right? No. He let them get all weathered, all humidity, and let them go to crap. But how much did he get for his big, huge collection? $10.
There you
go. But the character was not what we wanted, that we anticipated, because it was such a letdown from what we thought we were going to get from Guardians 2 to now. So basically, they didn't let him cook long enough. A high evolutionary wouldn't let him cook longer in his little incubator. And that's what their claim, the Sovereigns were saying that was the issue, even though he made the Sovereigns.
Right.
The one thing with Adam Warlock, if you really think about it, Adam Warlock in the comic books was such a major player, especially for the Infinity.
He was.
Infinity Gauntlet. And it was just something that they never bought in. But his role in that entire thing was huge. And to just have him be kind of like who he is now, I was just like, okay.
And Will Poulter,
the whole Captain Marvel. Like Captain Marvel in Infinity Gauntlet, that's basically Adam Warlock in the comic book.
Yeah, they just replaced one hero for another is what they did. And honestly, they're just, I have to say it every time. And this is something that Steve kind of battered into me within the first 2 years of podcasting on this podcast. These are movies and shows that are adapted from comics. So it's never going to be 100% accurate.
Right.
And with Marvel at this point, with like the Infinity War and the Infinity Stone Saga, or gems, they were actually Infinity Gems, not stones.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
and there's a whole reason for that, I hear, but I don't want to get into that.
Same here. Yeah, exactly. So you had other characters within that stood out. We didn't have Lady Death, and that's who Thanos was trying to appeal. Right. So that story is completely changed, but it also makes me appreciate the comic for the comic, and me stating to somebody who's never read those comics, all right, you know this story from the movie.
Right.
Go read this. Or if somebody read it and didn't want to see these movies, well, I can tell you what's the benefit to this if you watch these movies now. And just take it from a different point of view. So you can't have everything verbatim. If that were the case, if we had everything exactly the way they were, I would love to see the Secret Wars that we're supposed to get. But that's not the Secret Wars we're getting. We're getting an amalgam of what we're getting from the MCU now. And then eventually it's going to be tied into what they did in the comics, in the later comics from the late 2010s that they did with Secret Wars. So you got Battle World and everything. So it's going to be a majority of it of being variants that are out there of different people from different like universes, multiverse, as I should say. Right. So, you know, we could have very much different ones.
You have to remember that when Marvel was about to go bankrupt and they started selling the film rights to all these different studios, they never thought they were going to be in this position to have the most successful film studio.
We're having a fire sale. Everything must go.
Exactly. You know, so when you look at the comic books, like especially Infinity War or Infinity Gauntlet, the Secret Wars, you had the Spider-Man world in there, you had the X-Men world in there, you had Fantastic Four, you had all these characters that were a huge, what I would say, part of those stories. when you don't have those rights, you're like, okay, we're gonna have to do something different. That's understandable, definitely. With that, so Adam Warlock, though, I still think he should have done something a little different, but that's just me.
Make him a little bit
got
more
a little more
special.
love.
Yeah, and I mean, look, things change. I mean, what I'm glad is that they didn't. Certain characters, I would say, for the hardcore fans, they don't like it. But for the average fans, they're like, all right, so you know what, Adam Warlock, all right, whatever, right?
And Will Poulter did a good job playing the character, I thought, for what he was given.
Right.
Definitely a comedic take on it, especially when he's got the little dog and the dog's licking itself, and he goes, "Oh, I'll teach him not to do that." You know, or when he blasts away the Ravager and they're trying to get in touch with Gamora's trying to get in contact with them, but she goes, "I told you to put some influence into him, not kill him." So and he burns the whole thing with his powers. But he also has a redemption arc in this, which is pretty cool.
Right.
And then he becomes part of the Guardians at the end.
Which is part of the comic book, believe it or not.
Yes.
So, and the little girl that's part of that whole thing, she's also she's the character, from what I hear, in Guardians, but grown up.
Yes.
A grown up version of her. I forgot what her name is.
Same here.
Yeah, but she's so pretty cool.
But there was a lot to take away from that. There's so many things we could discuss about this movie that is so fun and interesting. But was there anything else that you guys wanted to bring up? The only thing I had left to really talk about was Nebula. And all right, we talked about how Rocket got Bucky's arm in the holiday special. Now, her new arm, if you look at it, looks like, and especially the tech that comes out of her, looks like a mix of Wakandan and Stark tech, if you think about it. Because the arm looks kind of got that kind of grilled look that Bucky had, the Winter Soldier had on his arm. But this one is a little bit more coarse.
But his arm could never transform. Like, that seems like more Tony Stark. But remember that, according to this movie, Rocket basically is a freaking genius.
Yeah, exactly.
Who could build anything. So I'm sure. And plus, Nebula does say, he gave me my arm or something like that. Or so I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, whether he got stuff from Bucky's arm, did he get things from Tony Stark? Who knows?
Well, he likes people's eyeballs. He wants some people's legs.
Eyeballs, legs, arms. You know what's a really
Just
cool
thinks it'd be
scene?
funny.
The cool thing that I liked about was Cosmo, the whole Cosmo and Kraglin thing.
Oh,
where it's
yeah.
like,
Bad dog.
Yeah, bad dog. And it's like, no, I'm a good dog. Say I'm a good dog. I'm not a bad dog. And then in the end, it's like,
just tell her.
Yeah, in the end, it was like, no, she's a good dog. And then Cosmo obliterates one of the bad guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was actually cool.
That's part of the relationships that they had in it that kind of developed. And I think that's what really their key focus was.
Yeah. Howard the Duck was in there for a while too. I mean, it wasn't like a little shot. It was just they're all playing poker or something like that. He's just sitting on the table too. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Although they changed his look. I don't know if you noticed, his look is different.
Yes.
Compared to the end credits of the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
It is. He's changed over the course of several films with the CG. Still voiced by Seth Green.
Yep.
And the one thing listeners got to pay attention to when we get to these like I say, variants versions, we're not gonna get the Lucas produced Howard the Duck coming out in Secret Wars.
Goodness.
Damn it! I want to see that. I want to see that in 4K with Dolby Atmos.
The original Howard the Duck. I saw that in the theaters when it came out in '86.
I want to see a woman going, in bed with a duck.
Well, I don't mind that. That was Leah Thompson, and she was like in lingerie at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
There has to be something completely wrong when you look at this movie. You go, so there's a woman in bed with a duck.
Well, it was also like that in the comic.
Yeah, that's true.
And you
But
can
you also
kind
have
of
to realize that character came out in the 70s.
right. You can forget. Listen, there's a lot of things in the 70s that you just wouldn't do now. Okay.
Yeah. Don't. Well, that's a message we give out to current producers, directors. If you're gonna redo a movie, do not do Zardoz. We don't need somebody in Sean Connery's little jumper with a,
with
The
the
giant
banana hammock.
banana hammock that he's got with suspenders over.
God damn it. I own one of those.
I'm sure you do.
I'm wearing it right now.
Alrighty then.
Ooh,
No video, people. It's
Sexy.
okay. So you don't have to worry about that.
Uh,
The Zargnut joke coming back was pretty funny, though.
it was.
yes.
I thought that was hilarious.
I thought she was gonna tear his head off because he's like, no more Zargnuts, and then he's eating them, and she's just looking at him like with these needles of death, like going from her eyeballs. Oh, I have to say, man, that the part with Peter kind of like contemplating the whole nebula thing, is like, oh.
Yes. Yeah.
He picked a really
Stop
good
looking at me
set
like
of
that.
eyes.
Yeah.
And she just like she goes, no. She even
I'm not your something like I'm not your lapdog or something. I'm not. I forgot but it was just funny. I was like, oh, poor Peter, man. He's in such desperate shape.
That's the one thing I love about that too. Karen Gillan over the years has grown as such an actor that she's able to catch all these comedic. Now she started on Doctor Who, but and before that she was a model. But but between Jumanji and now, big difference with like comedic timing and everything else. I think that's where she grabbed it. But if you guys don't know, she was also in the Netflix movie The Bubble too. So that was pretty funny to watch.
I don't.
That other
recall
one
seeing-
that they have as well, something milkshake.
Oh, Gunpowder Milkshake.
Yeah.
Oh, she
there
was.
we go.
She was
Yeah.
in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she was one of the producers too.
I enjoyed it.
But she's good for dramatic roles, like too, like an Oculus.
Right.
She was an Oculus as well.
Cool.
But yeah. Well, that's it for me with all my favorite moments and everything. Unless you guys have something else you want to add.
There's just so many. I mean, the entire movie is a favorite moment.
It's true. It is true.
I'll be very honest with you. I mean, there was just wait.
Oh,
If I had to list, I mean, it'd just be basically almost every scene has something that is really cool in this movie.
one that we didn't talk about was when Mantis goes into that cage and that really ugly monster is in there, or not
Oh my
monster,
God.
but and she's like, I'm not making that face at you.
I was making that face at somebody behind you. Do you realize that was James Gunn's voice?
Really?
I would.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
not
James
surprised.
Gunn's voice. Yeah. So he played that little character. I thought that was funny.
Oh man. Which character was it again?
It's so when
It's-
they're opening all the cages to let all the kids out,
right.
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden there's this like a little thing that just looks like a mutated little thing with
It's
teeth.
got like a hand up here and a face.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
it's-
right. That's right. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
and he's
that.
like, hi. He had this. It was just despicable. Like the character was just.
I don't get what it is with these movies. Like in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, we got Broccoli Head hitting on Scott Lang's daughter, or no, his wife in the bar, and he's like, "Oh my god, bro!" Like, or whoever it was. I think it might have been Hank Pym, and it was Janet Van Dyne. But but in this one, they have like a carrot head guy. And he was
Yeah.
pointing him out as they were going to kill him. And
Yeah, vegetable heads are.
They
kind
don't
of a
like
thing.
vegetables.
I'm wondering if the first Guardians had like maybe some kind of like vegetable in there. Now I'm gonna have to go back and probably
look, right?
Yeah.
Go through your steel books and see.
like a Brussels
I'm sure in
sprout
the
or something
prison.
like that.
My steel book broke from that one.
Oh, did it? Oh,
Yeah.
I got every steel book.
I
Well,
have I have a lot of steel books from Marvel. That's what I try to keep collecting on. That's why I don't sell them or throw them away. It guarantees me holding on to them.
I when I started collecting the Marvel stuff, which they're so cool, there was just no matter how bad the movie is. So Ant-Man,
I got Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Quantumania, the
Yeah, I got it.
Eternals.
I didn't get Wakanda Forever.
Eternals.
Oh, it's still there. It's still in the stores.
I know, I saw it.
They have two different covers, but the thing is, I was like, you know what? I just can't stop now. I mean, I'm collecting. Look, yes. So here, now I'm going to tell you a very quick story. So yesterday, I decided to download an app. It's called CLC Movie Collector, right?
Yeah.
It's $15 a year, but you could catalog all your movies, every movie that you have. And so I went ahead and did that. And it has a scanner, so you go ahead and scan every movie and stuff like that, right? And first of all, I have about 600 something movies, which is really, I was like, I didn't realize how many movies I had. But in Steelbooks, I'm at 260 something movies. I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
Yes. It's like ridiculous the amount of like Steelbooks I have. I was
If
like,
you got $10 for every Steelbook, you'd still have.
oh,
Yeah.
geez. Yeah, exactly.
But
And
the value of those go up because of the rarity of it. That's the funniest part.
if it's not open, even more. And in some cases, I bought doubles without me knowing. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this one. And next thing you know, I was like, I have this damn thing. But and then of course I had what was it? When I ordered Jaws, it never came in the mail, so I called. This was through Best Buy, and Best Buy just sent me another one, right? Well, 2 weeks later, I got the other Jaws that was supposed to come in originally. And so I was like, okay, now I got two. But yeah, no, I got a lot of Steelbooks, it's like a lot.
Yeah, it is.
It's a metric ton of, metal.
Well, I was going through because I'm downsizing a lot of my DVDs. I'm trying to put everything towards more digital, so I have like a little server.
Right.
The Steelbooks I'm not giving away. I'm not getting rid of anything that like box sets that are hard to come by. My Ray Harryhausen DVD box sets. I have two of them.
Nice.
Those are good. Got to hold on to them. Got to keep my love for Godzilla intact with the Blu-rays and even some of the DVDs you can't even get anymore. And on top of that, like the Planet of the Apes series on Blu-ray, stuff like that has like extra commentary stuff that you can never get.
Right.
So I'm holding on to those, but I was going through all that, and then I didn't realize it's like I went and I'm looking. There's like cases of stuff, and I'm like, I haven't had the urge. I'm like, it's already on my drive. Why am I even bothering going digging for a physical media copy? Because I'm just gonna watch the movie. I'm not gonna sit there and watch it with audio commentary. It's not like I'm watching Blade Runner for the 30th time, and I have to do it with the extra 5 seconds that they have in the movie with the audio commentary explaining it.
Well, you know what's interesting about that is just when DVDs first came out, right? Which was really I think it's either DVDs or Blu-rays. I'm not sure which of those two. They had like a shitload of commentaries. They had so much behind the scenes stuff. Like they really, really packed those discs, or they came with like 2 discs or 3 discs, but they really packed it with everything you could possibly imagine behind the scenes. Now they don't do that anymore. So they'll do like maybe, okay, so here's half an hour of this, a few little minutes of this and this, and here's like 2 deleted scenes and 1 commentary. And that's as far as it goes. I remember like Terminator 2 when I first got that. If anybody has that, you'll know, like the original, you'll notice that there's the movie, there's commentary by the director, commentary by the director and actors, but then they had
D-Box track.
They
had a D-Box track on one of them.
They did. And I remember D-Box, right, that they had some of that, but they also had, like, I believe with that one, they had something like maybe like, I don't know, 10 hours of behind the scene, how to make things. And then they had just some of them was like, how do they do the CG on a certain, scene or something. Now they don't even cover any of that shit. All those things, because I guess the studios just realized like, we're just wasting a lot of money on something that 99% of the people out there just don't give a shit about anymore.
Exactly.
It's only the hardcore fans. And if they want to see that, well, they got the internet now. So it's kind of a shame.
Yeah.
I keep them because, for me, it's more of a what I would say, a little history on that movie or something like that, and everything that you could possibly have on it. But not only that, I keep especially my 4K stuff because it still sounds way better and looks better through a disc than it does anytime through streaming. So for anybody out there,
especially if you got a good sound system,
collect your media because as
hold
you know,
on to some of your media.
Yeah, as you know, with streaming services and how things
servers
change
go
and
down.
well, not only that, but licensing. It's like, oh, well, you know what? Now I have this, but what is it? A studio did it for a moment, and it's like, okay, because of the licensing, and they're still trying to get it more, all this stuff. Now you won't see it for like 2 or 3 years, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And then now you're like, oh, I still want to see that movie. Let me go search in the store, and now you can't find it in the store either.
Or they're not going to have it in the store at all.
They're not going to have it in the store, and then you look on eBay, and then somebody's selling it for like $100, and you're like, "What?"
Exactly. Yeah, we're going back to old VHS tapes where you couldn't find that old B horror movie that I always wanted to get, or a really bad movie, and only one person in the world has it, so they upcharge it like they did with the VHS back in the day, 1981. Right. When you didn't bring back you lost the VHS, and they're like, well, you owe us $150 for a damn tape.
Yeah. I remember those days. Like,
God help you if you didn't rewind.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was an extra $2.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, it's true. A lot of those movies, and it's funny because the one thing that I would say, like let's say the Star Wars Holiday Special. I remember going to conventions. It's like, hey, somebody has a copy of the Holiday Special.
Oh yeah, now it's on YouTube.
They were never going to show. Yeah, I was going to say that. Now you can go see it on YouTube.
Now so I could imagine.
I could imagine a lot of those old type of movies. And as a matter of fact, there are some streaming services out there. Yeah. That they specialize in all those B movies that are really bad and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's at least still there's an audience for it.
Yeah.
And you could possibly find it. But there's some rare stuff out there that you just can't find. I mean, Dogma, for example, is just something you don't see streamed anywhere. And unless you have the DVD or the Blu-ray, that's the only way you're going to see it.
Well, you got to thank Weinstein for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That best.
I have it here somewhere.
I have it on Blu-ray too.
I have it on DVD only, not Blu-ray.
I think I only have it on DVD.
Yeah.
Well, that was something I brought up at the stash. Somebody said, "You have it on Blu-ray?" I said, "I think I had it on Blu-ray twice," and I gave it to a friend, and they're like, "How the hell?" I was like, "You guys got the DVDs." You're at the stash.
It's still a great movie to watch, man. It's still such a great movie to watch. I love that movie.
Well, that's it from my thoughts and overall notes. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about other than?
No,
otherwise we can move on to.
No, I think we covered it.
Yeah, we can move on to quotes.
I got one which is pretty funny.
Okay.
Hey, it's when Quill's he's like on the comm with the High Evolutionary. He goes, "Screw you, you stretch-faced RoboCop-looking purple nurple piece of." He hung up on me.
Yeah.
It's funny because Gamora's looking at him like, "What the hell?" It's like all this anger coming out of you. No, that was a pretty good quote. I like, when Gamora, again, the whole Gamora. I like the way Gamora and Peter, kind of towards the end, she's almost giving in to him. But not quite. You could kind of just see it because she starts to smile at certain things, with him. But she did say, I like the part where she says, "I bet we were fun." And it was just kind of a really nice scene. But I like that quote. I bet we were fun because it was just, she realizes, this is a fun group to be with.
The High Evolutionary.
I again love that he finally embraced the fact that he is a raccoon, and it's Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
That's just one of those ones that you're like, man, 3 movies of him saying, or 2 movies, and most of one, where he's saying, "I'm not a raccoon." Hey, I'm not a raccoon.
He literally would jump at people to kill him because they're gonna kill him. Boom. You see him like take off, and they got to stop him.
I'm gonna call you a trash bandit.
Oh,
Trash Panda. Oh, Trash Panda. Yeah, he's like Trash
Panda. Yeah,
it's so much worse.
It's so much worse.
So much worse.
I'm gonna carry you. The one that I have would be from the High Evolutionary, and he says, "There is no God. That's why I stepped in."
That was a cool scene.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
got balls to it, just to say
Yeah.
that.
I like the whole again the Nebula with Peter Quill. He's like, "What? I just never noticed how black your eyes are." And they're like, they were replaced by my father as a method of torture. He picked a pretty set. I don't know, man. Let me tell you, James
Well,
Gunn
Drax
writes,
always comes up with some cool stuff too. Like, are we still
yeah,
pretending
Drax.
to be angry?
"Oh, we're playing angry now." Yeah, it's like, "Damn you, Mantis." Master, what is it? Karaya? Master Karaya saying, "Your friend's
Master
a
Karja?
moron.
Yeah,
Your friend's a moron." I got one of those too.
yeah, I got one of those too.
Yeah.
I got one of those too.
Or when they're when Nebula's asking them, it's like on the radio, like, "Can you guys bring the ship here?" And they're like, "No." Just
They
don't tell me you're here.
And they turn around and there he is. And then like it's so
Yeah.
funny the way like just Mantis just points at him like if he's like
Right.
it's like a little
It's
kid,
all him.
just like it's him. So I like the Peter Quill is like, "We were always searching for a family until we found each other."
That's
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah, that's
And
basically what
then
this
he
whole
does
movie.
go home.
That's basically
heart.
what all three movies is about. They were always searching for family until they found each other.
Well, they were always there with each other and didn't realize they were already a family.
Right.
Yeah. But that's it for me for quotes.
Me too.
Me too.
Well, on to comic news that's out there. That could be movie news, comic book news, what have you. I only have a few things to talk about. So, word out on the streets and on the internet says that Loki is doing reshoots now after the whole Jonathan Majors issues that's going on.
Really?
So, no
Not
verdict
surprised.
has been set yet, but reshoots doesn't mean rewriting at any given time. It could be
Right.
just somebody stepping in for somebody. So that's where I go thinking, okay, well, they're trying to prep this because we're getting Loki in December, I think. November, December.
Right, something like that, probably.
And so they have more than enough time to fix this just in case. So it's them going into that mode of let's fix this before it gets worse. Because initially the idea of Kang being the big bad was not Marvel Disney's first thought. They were thinking of somebody else. Apparently, over the years, it switched. It's just the fact that the way Jonathan Majors hit it with Loki, they kind of changed the narrative to him.
Right.
Now, they could have brought in somebody and alluded to it, because what was the first time that we actually saw Thanos? It was kind of like in sort of small shots. They had an alien invasion. They could have explained that for something else. Didn't have to necessarily be Thanos, but it just happened to work out over the course of 10 years where they ended up at Endgame.
Right.
Now, they could have easily done that and said, all right, we're creating the Beyonder. Let's get the Beyonder in here. Or a Nihilus. Let's get a Nihilus in there.
I mean, I think they could still do Kang. Remember that Kang, there's so many different versions of him.
Yeah.
That if they bring, and remember, they did the same thing with James Rhodes. So, first Iron Man, then into the second, they pick, Don Cheadle to be Rhodey. So
yeah, and
they could pick another.
Ford.
Yeah, they could pick They could pick another character.
They could recast
I just don't
it.
see. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
Or Edward Norton and Mark Ruffalo.
Exactly. So you know what? It's been done before. It could be done again, and it should be fine. I don't think people should be like, oh, whatever. Now, the whole thing about him doing what he did, and Ezra Miller doing what he did, and Ezra Miller still gets a movie. That's the part that people I understand was like, why is the black man the one that's getting shut out while the little white kid is still going to be in the DCU?
Yeah,
I don't know. Got to take that up with the powers to be. But that being said, I mean,
well, we got to wait until that movie comes out, because that was the next news feature I had. Was the new trailer is out. I think it's the final trailer that
For
came
which
out.
one?
The Flash.
Flash.
Oh yes.
So we got a few new scenes. So the one thing I don't like is I'm trying to remember who the actor is, and he plays the dad. He plays basically Barry Allen's dad.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about, but yeah.
I'll bring it up really quick. Ron Livingston plays the Barry Allen's dad.
Oh, right.
Right.
So he plays that. But before, if you recall, if you watched the Snyderverse and all that stuff, BVS, it was Billy Crudup. I would
Okay.
rather have seen Billy Crudup come back. I'm not saying anything bad about Ron Livingston, but I was just like, wait a minute, I'm so used to that because I remember that. Yeah, I know it was a Snyder movie, and this
Right.
is not supposed to be the Snyderverse, but
Hey,
when
listen, I mean, sometimes scheduling problems happen and actor can't make it.
that is true. But yeah. Oh, one thing about Guardians that I forgot, but I'll just throw it in here. I just love Nick Santos in Guardians.
What part was he playing?
Nick Santos? He played the recorder Thiel, the one with all the information about Rocket in his brain that they're trying to get.
The one with the.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, he played Mateo.
Yeah, I remember him
in
from
Superstore.
Superstore. Yeah.
Yeah, he was Mateo. So I thought he was really good. It was a different character for him. Lastly, well, all anticipation is still out there, but finally, they started shooting Deadpool 3 yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So the WGA thing that's going on with the writer strike, that whole strike, is not affecting it because honestly,
that got written already.
Yeah, it got written already. Just look at James Gunn. He doesn't, even though he's probably involved with the strike, but he's already doing storyboards at home for the next movie.
Well, remember that they could all the writers can still write things. They just can't submit those to studios.
Correct.
So, it's not like you're prohibited from getting in front of a computer and writing. You can still write.
Yeah.
It's just you can't sell it or you can't, give it to anybody else. So, I mean, I'm sure that all these people are still writing and hoping that a resolution comes out of this. But they're not getting what they want, and people are seeing that this is going to go for a while.
Yeah,
that's a good possibility.
Yeah.
And for some things to look forward to that we'll be covering later on, obviously we'll be covering Flash, the new movie Flash, when it comes out, whether it be bad or good. So look forward to hearing that when that comes out at that point.
From what everybody's saying, it is just an excellent. So talking about news that we were talking, as we were talking about. So Flash is trending to be good. You have a lot of people that have watched it already and said, my God, probably one of the best comic book movies ever done. So we'll see if that's true, and then we'll see how the audience actually feels about that. But all right, that's actually pretty good. Indiana Jones 5.
Oops.
My God, those reviews. So some reviews have been good. Some reviews have been really, really bad.
Yeah.
On that. So that's kind of sucks that if this movie is as bad as, Crystal Skull, the fact that it went out like that is disappointing.
It is disappointing. But there'll be contenders in June for what's the best movie anyway, because you got Flash, you got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Into the Spider-Verse, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be covering that as well. So we're doing Flash, Into the Spider-Verse. Come June, by that time, Secret Invasion will be in.
Yep.
Like I said to you guys, you panelers that are out there listening, I'm trying to get on schedule. So as every episode comes out every week, we'll be doing an episode a week. Whether it be me, Frank, Steve, Rob, or even another guest person that wants to be on with us. That way I could edit it and get it out to you and review it and have fun.
Right.
But we are doing that. We're going to try to get back to basics, back to where we were before, where we had a lot of content. I remember there was a time when I was doing 2 Marvel shows at the same time in 1 week. So I'd be putting out 2 episodes a week. And on top of that, Steve and Daphne were doing Snowpiercer.
Wow.
And that was before I was doing Adrenaline Cinema. So I'm trying to get back into that phase, ladies and gentlemen. Plus, as always, you could always just drop us a line and let us know what movie you want us to cover that we have not covered. Would you like us to cover anything from Wesley Snipes' The Blade series? Would you like us to cover that Howard the Duck movie we'll not talk about? As I mentioned last week, that kind of got Frank all happy and laughing. Yes, we did. Condor Man. But
Man?
Yeah, well, we did cover that.
Condor
I actually
Man.
coaxed Alex in that, and Alex was just like, why did I do that? Because you wanted to be on a podcast, pal. So there's
You
also...
asked for it.
Yeah, no. I just needed somebody to do it with me, and he was like, "I'll do it." He didn't even watch the movie. He didn't even know the movie existed. Then he watched it, and he
Oh my
goes, "Why did I
goodness.
watch this movie?"
That's what my
Hey, it's better
podcast.
than
That's what
Puma
my
Man.
podcast is all about. It is about watching bad movies and saying, "Why are we watching this movie?"
But if you guys have any thoughts of what we could cover, let us know. And that's where we're going to move right into submitting your feedback. So, as you all know, we could be heard on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, or whatever podcast player of choice that has us on. You can find us. All you have to do is search for it. If ratings or reviews are out there, please do so with those apps of choice. The preferable one would be Apple Podcasts, because apparently that gets you mostly noticed. You could check out our website, panelstopixelspodcast.com, and then our Facebook group, which is the best way and probably the easiest way to get in touch with us, because I like to put pictures of what we're going to be covering. So I wasn't preemptive with this because I've been out. I hurt myself, injured myself at work. I've been laid up for about, 3.5 weeks or so. At least I'm feeling a little bit better. Got an MRI done today, thankfully, but I was also behind in editing. That's why Ant-Man and the Wasp didn't get out until last night. And
They
then,
still haven't given you any drugs?
I'm good with the ibuprofen, so I'm good.
Oh, okay.
But,
There you go.
but we got with Adrenaline Cinema, I'm actually editing John Wick Chapter 4, which just came out on digital. So if you watch the movie on digital because you didn't go see it in the theater, guess what? You have a podcast that you can listen to that just came out. It will be out this week. Actually, it'll be out tomorrow because that's my day of work tomorrow, along with a few other things that I'm going to be doing. You could go to our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/panels to pixels. We are on Twitter. Sometimes I like to put this out there. I try to put it in Steve's hands for Instagram and Twitter, but unfortunately, I got to get the logins, and hopefully I could just do this in one shot. Do Facebook, do that, and that way you guys are out there. So at panels 2 pixels. So at panels, the number 2 and pixels for Twitter. And you can find us on YouTube. All you have to do is search for Panels to Pixels podcast in the search bar. You'll find us. Just subscribe and then ring that notification bell for when it's on. Literally, it's the podcast, but with an image of what we're covering with the Panels to Pixels logo on it. Hopefully they don't slack me for copyright because sometimes they like doing that. But yeah, you could do that. It's the podcast, and you can listen to it through your TV or however you want to play it. Some people do it through their phone and then stream it onto another device or Bluetooth. So you could do that. And like I said, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. And the Instagram, well, that's at Panels 2 Pixels podcast, spelled out exactly as it is. So like I said, just go to that. And the best thing you could do is word of mouth. Tell a friend. And that helps us get more listeners as well. So that's it for me, what I have to push for this podcast. So fellers, where can all these listeners hear you?
So I am on Fantasy Picks Movie Edition, the podcast that pretty much criticizes those big budget tentpole movies that didn't make it in the box office or critically, and we kind of analyze it and give it our own spin, see if we can make it any better. and of course, we replace either the cast, or director, or whatever it is, just to make that better. And that's how we do our pick. We have a lot of fun, and we also do a draft pick also with that. I just want to take a moment. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Ray Stevenson passed away.
I was going to say that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and we didn't cover that, and I just wanted to give out a big shout out to him. I mean, he's
and
phenomenal actor.
Ahsoka series.
Yeah, he did the Ahsoka series. He was the Punisher.
Yes, he was.
Yep.
So but he's a great actor. He was also of course in the MCU as Volstagg, I think it's
Volstagg.
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. But great
Not Ragnarok.
Yeah, great
Dark
actor.
World.
He's actually in Thor.
Yeah, he's actually in all the Thor movies.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yes, he's actually he's Volstagg in all the but great actor, and he passed away. They still
one of my favorite shows ever. Rome was
Oh, wow.
freaking great. Yeah. Have they said what he passed away of yet, or they haven't put that out yet?
They did not.
Probably too soon because it's been only a day or two, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
I just
literally
wanted to
happened
give
yesterday.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a big shout out to him. I mean, it's he'll be definitely missed. But yeah, so that's where you can listen to me, and that's where pretty much I'm at. Or you could hear me here on Panels with Pixels, or if not, Adrenaline Cinemas, where sometimes I come on that too. So it all depends, So. And
I was going to bring the room down because I have nothing, but
No. You're here.
like you can hear me here in Panels of Pixels or on Fantasy Movie Picks. I'm there as well.
Fantasy Picks Movie Edition, not Fantasy Movie Picks.
Look,
get it right, okay?
And not that other one, Fantasy Movie Dicks.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's a whole thing with
That's
you.
That's a whole
man.
different porn movie.
But yeah, so
completely different website.
Yeah, or if not, you could just see him under the bridge in Miami or something like that. He has a sign. And
well, podcasts for
podcast for
change.
Some change for podcast. Man.
All right.
Yeah, awesome.
That's where you can hear them, fellas. So, all right. So, with that was our podcast. I am Mark.
I'm Frank.
And I am Groot. No, I'm Rob. We are Groot. I'm Rob.
Yep, that's Rob. So same podcast, different pixel, different panel. And this was Panels to Pixels. We'll see you on the next panel. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.